And now our emus are going crazy. They hear that airplane. Oh, I just dropped my glasses too. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm. And as you can see, we have a flat on the old Kubota L3300. And a lot of people ask us, why do you have two tractors? Well, we already had this old L3300 and we needed to upgrade to a bigger tractor, and this one has a backhoe attachment on there. And it actually is removable. It takes a lot of work to take that thing off. And then once you take it off, you can run your regular PTO. You can hook up brush hogs, post hole digger, auger stuff. You can put box blade on it, all that type of stuff. But since we already got this old one, we usually just use it for all the like to brush hog and stuff like that. It's just a lot easier to change it out than taking that backhoe off every time. Now the new one is a Kubota M59. It's 59 horsepower. This one's only 33, but it has enough power to get stuff done. And today what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this tire off and we're gonna take it down to the tire shop and get it swapped out. And I got a little bit of a story behind that. We use it quite often. Here is the new tire. I already bought one off Amazon. These are hard to find around here. They don't usually carry them in stock. You gotta wait a couple days. So anytime we need new tires, I usually just order them online and take them down to our local tire shop and get them replaced. Now, I do have the pallet forks on the front of this tractor because the other day I was sitting here and it was late in the evening. We were fixing to go somewhere and FedEx called and they said, "Hey, Mr. Pritchett, we have a delivery from Redmond and I think we got the right pallet this time." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm fixing to leave." I say, "Okay, I can hurry up and go unload it if they get here in time and won't be a problem." Come out here and I was going to start up the old Kubota 3300. It had a flat on the front, so I backed it up just like I did today, drove it up to the front of the shop, kind of limped it up there, you know, so I didn't damage the rim or anything, and aired it up. I could hear shh, and what it was, it actually had a hole in it. So I plugged it up, still leaking, put two plugs in it, still leaking, turned it around, there was a hole in the bottom. So I think what happened is the other day when we had it down at the lake property brush hogging, if you guys remember the video where I showed you guys the thorns on that locust tree, there was actually a couple of those locust trees there, and I think that's what it got in it. They weren't still in it, but the holes were pretty big, so I don't know. That wasn't a real old tire, but I think that was a Chinese made tire. They're not very good, and I know you can get a tube and put in them, but as much as we use it around here and everything with screws and all that type of stuff, usually the tubes don't last very long. So anyways, I was able to get that patched up with the plugs long enough to unload this pallet, and this pallet was actually a lot bigger. Well, what I needed to do was to put the pallet forks on the Kubota M59, the bigger tractor, because this pallet weighed like 50 pounds less than a ton, and that's way too much for this tractor. So I needed the big tractor. Well, I had just loaded it up earlier that day on the trailer, because you guys know I've been keeping it on the trailer, taking it back and forth to the property. Already had it chained down and everything. I didn't want to unload it just to get the pallet from FedEx off the truck. And this has already happened twice before. We received the wrong pallet about a month and a half ago. Redmond shipped a pallet of product and they put everything on one pallet, and it was product for us at Hidden Heights Farm, it was product for Dutch at Keeping It Dutch, and it was product for Gary and Cassie at a Walker Farm Fam. They just shipped it all to us because we all live close to each other, and they knew that we were friends and we could get it to them no problem. Well, the first pallet that came, FedEx actually delivered the wrong pallet. They brought us a pallet that was supposed to go to Georgia to Bass Pro Shops. And as soon as I opened the door to the FedEx truck, I could actually smell like the garlic and the salt and stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. How much does it weigh? He told me. I said, no problem. At that time, I had the pallet forks on the big tractor, unloaded it, brought it over here, and opened it up, and it was all the wrong product. So I didn't know what to do, so I finally got a hold of them, and I was like, hey, I don't think this is the right one. They said, okay, let us call the shipping company. Shipping company calls, yeah, we brought you the wrong pallet. We're going to bring you the right one. They showed up like a week later, picked the old pallet up. I had to store it inside the shop for like a week. They picked it up. I got the new pallet out, got it out, and by the time he left, I didn't think to check it again, because it comes all wrapped in cardboard and stuff. You can't just see it. And open it up, and it was the wrong pallet again. This one was another one that was supposed to go to Bass Pro Shops. Same exact product that the last one had, just a different count of product amount on it. So anyways, get a hold of Redmond, and I said, hey, they keep sending us the wrong pallet. And this wasn't Redmond's fault. This was actually FedEx or whoever is in between the shipping between FedEx and whatever. But anyways, we finally got the right pallet. And the other day I was able to unload it once I got the tires aired up enough to unload it. I called Gary, I called Sean, Dutch, and they came over just a few nights ago and picked up their product. So all is well now. Got it here. The goats have been waiting on their new garlic blocks. We got some loose trace salt, goat mineral. We got some other new products we're going to try. So once I get back from getting this tire fixed, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take out some of these garlic salt blocks because the ticks are still bad. It is almost fall time, but the ticks are still bad here up until, you know, it actually starts freezing. Even after it frosts and freezes a few times, when I go deer hunting and stuff, walking, trekking through the woods, I still get ticks on me well until like December around here. So everybody says, man, you're having so many problems with your equipment, your tractors keeps breaking stuff and all that. And let me remind you, most of the stuff we have is not new by no means. So we always buy used stuff. Try to fix everything that I can. You know, I don't always just go buy perfect things. Sometimes I buy things that might need a little work and stuff like that, because you can save a lot of money, and if you can fix it yourself, it's just that much better. Then you know how to work on it when it breaks the next time. So you guys remember the other day when the grapple broke down at the lake property, I actually got it welded up. Like I say, I am not a welder by no means, but I can make things work. I took it back down there the next day after I welded this. I can't remember if I videoed that day or not. I don't think I did. But it held up. I was able to get some more of the trees and stuff out of the way. And hopefully this one holds. I probably should have put another weld on it, but so far so good. So anyways, enough gabbing for now. Let's get this tire off. Get it downtown, get that new tire put on the wheel, and then this thing will be ready to go. I need to actually brush hog around here a little bit too, but I always wait. It's so close to fall time. Once it starts frosting, we get that first frost, then I like to brush hog, because then none of the weeds or the grass is growing anymore, and I don't have to do it again because it'll last all through winter time. And look at this lazy boy right here. I'm going to zoom in, see if you guys can see. Mr. Leesky's sleeping on his rock. Sleepy boy. Well, that ain't good. Something definitely ain't right with that. That just broke that right off. So the last time I had a problem with this, I took it to a different tire shop, and when they put this thing back on there, I'm pretty sure they put it on backwards, and it seems like just about every one of these lug nuts was stripped. They should have come off a lot easier than that, and for some reason they didn't. And this one isn't actually broke. This lug nut actually screws up into this hub right here. It's actually threaded, so it's not broke. I just gotta set it back in there. I've never seen them like that, but anyways, I don't know. Every one of them lug nuts should have came off way easier, and every one of them came off really hard, almost like they were all cross-threaded. So I'm gonna have to check these threads and see what's going on. But I'm gonna take this tire down there and the wheel and get the new tire put on, then move back and put this thing back on. Hopefully I can find all the new nuts if I need to. Okay, so I got that lug nut back in there all the way. Everything's tight. The nuts, they weren't stripped out. They went right back on there, no problem. And we got the new tire installed. We are ready to go again. It says this one is actually made in America, which I didn't know if I'd be able to find one. It says it right down there. I know you guys can't see it, but got that tire on there. We got the wheel turned around, so it is the right way to be installed on there, because the last time I took it to the tire shop, they actually put the wheel on backwards, and the valve stem, you guys can see, this was on the inside underneath the engine, so it was kind of hard to air up when I needed to air it up. And you can see they got these little these Kubota wheels have these metal guards around the valve stems, and if you've ever used this around brush and in the woods and stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of times what will happen is the sticks and just, you know, it can just be a rotten stick laying on the ground. You drive over it just right and it'll actually, a limb will come up and hit that valve stem, and sometimes it'll just pop them right off. So at least they have the little metal guards on there. So we got that done. Now, since we got our Redmond mineral, our pallet of the Redmond products, I think it's time we'll go take one out here and throw it for the goats, and then we'll go fill up their mineral feeders, and they should be good to go. This will give them the garlic. Like I said, this is the Redmond salt box that has the garlic right there, and I'm telling you guys, for flies, for the external parasites, you cannot beat this stuff. If you have cattle, only thing I can speak for are the goats, but I've got friends that got cattle and they've been trying them, and they said it has drastically cut down the flies. In our instance, it has cut down the flies, the lice, the ticks and the fleas. It's all natural salt, natural garlic, and it actually says for all classes of livestock. And for those of you that are interested, I will leave a link down in the description. And now they got the little 5-pound bags of the salt with the infused garlic in it. And if you guys want to try a little bag of that on your livestock, if you got goats or sheep, cattle, horses, whatever, and you got problems with horse flies, any kinds of flies, ticks, lice, fleas, anything like that, use it for a couple weeks, and once it gets in their system, you'll see big changes. So I'm going to grab this wagon over here, and we'll go load some of that up, and we'll go give the goats, we'll go give both herds one and see what they think. It ain't for dogs, it's for goats. You know, huh? You know, you good boy. Huh? You good boy? Get your car. Where's Cora? There's Cora and Easty, man. Oh, the goat's already found the garlic block. Let's go get the camera. Let me get the camera and I'll be right back. They've been waiting on this garlic block. Actually got 4. I could have put 2 in each pasture, I guess. But they usually take turns. You can definitely tell they missed it. And just a little disclaimer. I do know dogs are not supposed to have onions and garlic and stuff like that. A little trace of it isn't going to hurt them. They would have to have quite a bit at one time to make them sick. And people say, oh, if you use garlic salt or onion powder or anything like that on your food, don't give it to them. Well, some people might have had bad luck with it, but in my experience, we've always fed our dogs table scraps and stuff. We always cook with garlic salt and onion powder, all that stuff. We've never lost a dog to any of that stuff. For them to sit here, they would have to eat tons of that to get enough garlic in their system that it's going to make them sick. So, the word's got out now. You can see this. the word has got out, and looks like the one with the big horns is going to get the most of it. But they're not going to sit here and lick on this all day. They're going to get enough, and their body will tell them when they have enough of the salt in their system. They're going to go get a drink. So whenever you put these blocks out, you always want to have plenty of fresh water, no matter if it's these Redmond's mineral blocks, the salt blocks, if it's any kind of protein tubs, anything with minerals or salt, you always want to have fresh water somewhere close. In our instance, it's about 50 yards right there. And plus we got the 2 ponds down there that are full now, so it's very important that they have fresh water all the time, but especially when you got these blocks like this out there. So Leesky's over here napping on his favorite spot. It's still morning time, and these trees right here provide good shade over in this area. So this is where they kind of lounge in the morning time. You can see Mr. Leesky's. He's pooped. Was you up all night chasing coyotes or what, Mr. Leesky? These limestone rocks here, they're just flat and they stay cool, and they help him cool down. He lays his belly on that cold flat rock, and it's just a good way to relax. Sometimes both of them try to lay on there. We actually need to find some more rocks like that because they love it. Even the goats love it. Good job. Good dog. So what do you guys think? Give me a hooves up for the Redmond salt with garlic. Yep. You can see them going to town. They've been missing it. We ran out, and I ordered some from Redmond, and you guys heard me tell the story earlier where FedEx had messed up not 1 but 2 of our deliveries. So we wasn't able to get any for a while. They got it now, so let's go get one and put in the other goat pasture and see what they think as well. Hey guys, I got your Redmond salt blocks with garlic. Who wants one? Right, let's see if I can do this. Alright, let's see if I can get in the gate. St. Mike's. What do you guys want? This ain't for the birds, this is strictly for the goats this time. I guess the chickens can peck one off if they want to. Peck some off. Alright. Broke a little bit. Everybody just get in single file line, take your time, take your turns, get out of the way, go get a drink when you're done, and you can come back. Everybody just take turns. They love it too. But if you look at them, we have still had some of the we did have some of the loose trace salt with the garlic in it still left over, and we've been keeping their mineral feeders up. We fill them up, leave them filled up 24/7, so as much as they want, they go eat it. And if you can kind of look at all, some of the white goats will be a little bit easier to tell, but they don't have flies all around them. Normally in the summertime, when you got any kind of livestock, they have a lot of problems with flies, and now our emus are going crazy. I hear that airplane. Oh, I just dropped my glasses too. Yoneg's actually trying out for NASCAR. Somebody just licked my glasses. Look at that. There he goes. Yoshi, why aren't you running with Yoneg? He's a pretty fast bird. Chickens, you better watch out. He just about jumped on Boris. Did you guys see that? Alright, he said, Yoshi, if you're not going to chase me, then I'm not going to run no more. He must be tired now. Yep, I'm going to take a nap. Yeah, you're tired, aren't you, Young Egg? Sometimes I think he takes a little drink of Mountain Dew in the mornings, because you come out here and he'll be just doing his normal emu thing, acting kind of like a chicken, just pecking the ground and stuff, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he gets a spurt of energy and he's gone. Look, there he goes again. I think he's sipping on Mountain Dew somewhere. Then he runs out of energy real quick. Oh, he got it back. These emus are very, very funny. So you can see everybody's getting a good bite of this premium salt block with the garlic, and they absolutely love it. So we'll let them be. I'll come back out later and check their loose trace mineral, and we'll get that filled up. We actually got a couple different kinds from Redmond. They got the goat mineral, and then they have the salt with the garlic, and we try to mix a little bit of both. You know, you don't want no part of me. So I feel good. I got the tractor fixed, got the salt blocks delivered, and I'm gonna come out later and feed everybody. Of course, that'll be way later. It's still early, so I don't know what else I'm gonna get done today, but that's probably it for today's video. So we appreciate you guys. We love you. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave us a comment, like this video, and stay tuned to see the adventures of Yoshi. You saying bye or what? I got somebody picking me from behind. Hold on. Hey. Hey, fuzzy head. Yosh. Where's your eyeballs? Your heads are so fuzzy you can't even see your eyeballs no more.